Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Kaado stream. And so, today has become the day that, past Kaado, that annoying guy left all the work for future Kaado and all the work has catched up to bite me in the back. Yes, indeed. So, the game has some bugs that I have noticed before. And to be honest with you, I was planning to have a nice stream, like prototyping some enemies and stuff. But there's some bugs that's annoying me and other devs on our team as well, and they need to be fixed. Yeah. But before we start talking about, the game that we are making and whatnot, let me just not forget something very crucial to the stream. Yes, indeed. Which is the music that I use to play. Yes, I have a humble bundle basically that I bought from music. So I don't own this music. This music probably is not gonna be on the game. It's just a chip tune 8-bit music that I like to play on my streams, on my game dev streams. But I can, well, I have the rights to play this on the stream or on YouTube videos. I can even put this in a game if I want. I just can't say the musics are mine because they are not. But I own the rights for it, so no copyrights. Yay. There you go. I don't know if the volume is good or not. I mean, I never mess around with the settings, but it appears it's always different every time I stream, so I don't know. But I hope the volume is right. Just hydrating. Let me just check if the things got done. Yeah, just me noticing and telling other people that I'm on. There you go, live right now. So, we have music, we have chat in here, and already have freaking bots in here, so no thank you. There you go, freaking bots. Now, let's do the true opening, talking about the game that we are making. So, Droian. Yes, our website, because yes, indeed, we have a website. And by the way, I have rumors that this website will be updated soon TM. Rumors, though. But yes, there is the game that we are working today. It's not our only game though, we have other games on the pipeline, even though we are currently a team of 4. But yay! Hello there! So, modders are on the chat, so I don't have to worry and personally ban people myself. Soon, very very soon TM. The website developer herself has spoken, so there you go. Very very soon TM. But yes, talking about our game, so we have 2 games on the pipeline because Red Run is maybe in the future. we don't know. But we have at least 2 games on our pipeline, which is Droian and Exauria. So Exauria is on pause right now because we have to release a game and are actually releasing a game on quotes because we will understand. So talking about the other games, so Red Run, it's available on itch.io. The alpha though, don't expect a full game. This is an alpha version of a horror platformer made on Unity that we have developed a while ago. And it's not our first. Yes, indeed, because our first is actually Exauria, and the alpha is also available on itch.io. Though I will warn that the itch.io version is the JavaScript made using the P5 library. So yeah, it's not the current Exauria that we are working. And when I mean current, I mean like on pause for like 1 or 2 years, because this is pixel art RPG wannabe game, Let me just make sure the sound is disabled because this is very loud. But yeah, this is Exauria, so RPG wannabe, and because we are a small team making a RPG wannabe, you put 2 and 2 together, and well, the game being released soon TM is no more, per se. So if you want to release a game in a timely manner, we should reduce our scope and make a smaller game. Although we have plans to finish this game, and this game will be finished if, everything goes to plan. And our pixel art RPG wannabe turn-based game, which is Exauria, will be done. Maybe in the future. Not soon TM, it's like, in the future. Because what we want to be soon TM, it's the game that we are actually making right now, which is Droian. Yeah, I have forgot to say something about the Exauria as well. The current version that we are developing is in Godot. Yeah, in the future TM. Exactly. So the current Exauria version is in Godot, which is the same engine that we are making Droian, the game that we are working on today. And if you want to watch a sneak peek of that, we have links down in the description on our website, ugs.pt. PT because we are based in Portugal, and the domain is cheap, So yeah, you can see the VODs of our stream, our developed stream on YouTube. And actually the VOD of this stream will be available on YouTube as well. So for those who don't like to watch things live, you can rewatch or watch this later on YouTube as well. So videos, you can scroll a while back until it appears something about Exauria. It has been a while. It has actually been a while. So probably 2 years. It's already been 2 years. Time flies, goddamn. Really 2 years? No, it's not been 2 years. There you go. I was starting to worry about. But yeah, a long time has passed since we have, mess around with the Exauria. But let's talk about the game of today. So, Droian. Droian started as a game on Unity. Yes, indeed. This game was born out of a prototype learning experience on Unity. So we just, we were taking a long time to make Exauria, and Exauria will take even more time to be finished, and we wanted some game on the market to actually call us a studio, If we don't have any games to sell, are we actually a studio, So we decided to reduce our scope and making a fast game on quotes. And when I say a fast game on quotes, you can see it's almost a year since we started working on this game, which is kinda worry. It's actually been a year? Yes, indeed. So that is the Exauria. 11 months to a year probably since we started streaming this development. But that is something that has changed. So, for people that watch our streams, they probably know what I'm talking about. This game was started on Unity, but Unity kinda went rogue. Well, the CEO of the previous CEO of Unity went rogue and started to want to install fees and whatnot, and no thank you. And yes, I understand that companies need to be profitable and whatnot, and yeah, but if you alter the deal and ask us to pray for not altering the deal any further, it's kinda hard wanting to keep going on your thing, It's still a great engine, and the new deal, it's not bad, You have the previous deal, and you can choose between paying a fee or paying a smaller fee plus installment stuff and whatnot, and I don't care. Which means, yes, indeed, we have started porting this game to another engine, which is Godot. Yes, indeed. So, the game already had enemies and whatnot, and a lot of things have been made. And we just, let's just scrap it and start porting this game. And yes, if you want to watch all the process that we have made until so far, there you go. You can watch the VODs on YouTube. I believe they are available on Twitch right now as well, so you can watch the VODs in here as well. As you prefer. Yes, we have been way ahead of schedule if Unity hadn't broken our trusts. Yes, indeed. But hey, there you go. And so, with this story all told and done, what the heck is Droian? So Droian is our pixel art 2D platformer Metroidvania wannabe, I almost said a word that will make Nintendo knock on our doors, So it's a Metroidvania inspired game with some horror and maybe comedy, if you are inclined to that, But yeah, it's our game. And I have been developing this game on Droian for a while. In the gameplay side, I am responsible for the gameplay, and by being responsible for the gameplay, that means I'm responsible for the bugs as well, which is very, very sad. So I like my horror with some comedy on the side. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It needs to be silly as well, Otherwise, I mean, just horror 2D, you can make jump scares and all, but you know. Well, it depends on the tastes, you know. I like my comedy with. Well, I like my horror with a pinch of comedy on it. Let's just say that. So, we almost catch up to the Unity version because, well, I think we have surpassed it with the moving platformers and whatnot. But what we haven't catch up with the Unity version is the enemies. And it was something that I was planning to do for today. The problem is other people is working on this engine as well, and I mean other people, I actually talking about another person that is in chat, which is Pixel John, our artist and designer in the house, and he's actually making the development of the levels on his own streams, so you can actually see the previous streams where he developed, you know, this on his side. The thing is, there's bugs. Like this. Yep, as you can see, if I'm stuck on the wall, it jumps to infinity and beyond, which is something that needs to be addressed, which is one bug. And for what I can see, there's a bug that's not happening right now. Well, I don't know if you are listening. I'm going to put the microphone closer to the spacebar. See the bug happening? But sometimes the bug doesn't happen. So sometimes the bug works, sometimes it doesn't. Yep. And there is even another bug as well that's not showing it in this tile set. Although it is happening nonetheless. There is another bug. The sprite thing. I don't know why it's not... Is it a sprite thing? Because I'm noticing this sprite is not doing the thing. What do I mean about the thing? Let's open my test area. So, let's just watch the bug happening. You see? It jumps to the ceiling, but then is glued to the wall. This game has a feature that glues our character to the wall, and after a while is not glue anymore and is supposed to fall. Yeah, he's dragging downwards. Yes, indeed, that's the thing that we want. What we don't want is him glued to the wall. That's the thing that we don't want. And this is what's happening. See? This is what we don't want. And I believe the bug that makes Ian jump to infinity and beyond, you know, it's because he's detecting that he's on the ground even though he's just stuck to the wall for some stupid reason. And I don't know why this is happening. I don't know why he jumps to infinity if he's touching the wall. Sometimes he slides to the ground, sometimes he's glued to the wall, but the thing is for certain. When it says true in here, it says he's on the ground. So let's just check our code, which is important. I have made this simple code in here, which is basically is on the floor, which is you know, Godot thing, and this is basically a Godot function, and this function basically detects if I'm on the ground, on the floor, you know, or not. So I'm just using this code to check if I'm on the ground, and if I'm actually on the ground, I'm supposed to reset the jump, you know. The problem is I'm not on the ground. Where's player control? There you go. The thing is I'm on the wall, so it's not supposed to collide and to detect that I'm on the floor. It's supposed to just slide down and not being stuck on the wall. So if I'm seeing true, this means I am on the floor, and that's not good. Not good at all. And of course there is this, if I'm on the floor, it resets the wall jump, and if it resets the wall jump, I can wall jump to infinity and beyond. But if it detects that I'm on the ground, then there is a very big problem. What detects the ground? This is a Godot thing. I actually have another way to detect the ground, which is grounded. It will detect the overlapping bodies on the ground and, you know, make the jump. But this thing is exclusive for the Coyote jump rework. It's part of Coyote jump rework. So this is a way that I detect the ground, but I can't use this for the actual jump itself. What I mean about that? So, the player has colliders. So, this is the collision, is the basic collision. Let me just delete not, just hide the things with the exception of this collider. So this is my collider. This is basically what makes collision between the walls and the ground and whatnot, and doesn't let the player fall into the void and go through walls and things. This is the collider. And if this collider, basically, going on the script and click on the is on floor. So basically, if this collider is on the floor, and when it is on the floor, basically, when the move and slide has no movement and the up direction and the floor max angles are equal and wherever, the magic sauce behind Godot, to detect that, you know, Ian is on the ground, then it will cast through, you know. Now I have made another solution, which is created another collider, which is supposed to only detect the ground within a certain area to make the Coyote jump. But that's not what I'm making to reset the wall thing. And why I'm not using that reset wall thing? Very simple. If I enabled wall thing, there you go, you see the wall thing? This is the thing, the collider that I use to detect if I'm a wall, and this is using an area 2D to make the overlap. So this actually doesn't collide, this just detects if there's overlapping elements. And the only thing that detects on the overlapping elements, which is the mask on the collider layer 1, which is the ground, basically. What do I mean about the ground? Not actually the ground. It's the collider itself. So, in the layer 1, the ground and the walls are on the 1. On the collision mask 1. And so, if this basically is colliding on the sides, the player is touching a wall. So the wall is detected. Pretty simple. The thing is, the Coyote jump can actually detect the wall as well. So the Coyote jump just needs to detect if it's on the mask 1, which is basically the ground. And if it's on the ground, it will make possible to do the coyote jump, but there's another problem, which is it actually detects a wall as well. See? And so, if I make the ground detection go with this collider, the ground detection, it will basically make it, well, it will basically make it detect the walls, because the walls on the ground are using the same collider. I can separate those colliders, that's an option, but the problem still persists. What do I mean about the problem still persists? Well, if I play this on test arena, even if I change the layers and the collisions and whatnot, it is going to still stop it on the wall, and that's something that we don't want. Could the coyote jump be causing the problem, like it's activating at the same time as the wall collision? I don't think so. Well, they can activate at the same time. They can activate at the same time, but the problem is not that. The thing that makes Ian stick to the wall, I still yet to uncover. I believe it's something Godot related. We need to discover that later. But the jump thing, it's on the same problem, because the way I reset the jump is on the floor as well. And obviously I have the collider is not on the wall, but this, if I use this, it's basically the same stuff, but with the velocity as well, and using the overlapping elements. So yeah, not the thing that we want, unfortunately. I have noticed something that I will need to test though, which is, if I play in here, this surface is actually smooth, and I'm not detecting it colliding at all or being stuck to the wall. Now, is there any true appearing while I'm on the wall? Now, let's pause this and check the output. And so all the truths. Now this is where we are on the air. We need to find if there's any true in between there, some loose truths, which we don't though. We are not seeing any weird true in there. Let me see. Maybe the being stuck on the wall could be an unexpected reaction to the collision of the specific tile you use for the walls in your test room. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm probably going to update the tile set that I use on my test area. But yes, I noticed the problem. So, what I was actually searching for. I need to select test area. So, I was searching for, I caught one. Let me try and show you what I was searching. Come on, where are you? There you go. I was searching for this odd true. This is the one that I was searching for. This odd true thing in here. Basically, I was trying to find this stupid thing that says that I'm on the ground without being on the ground. It's just a random thing, meaning that at some point it resets my wall jump, making me able to jump, you know? That's what I was searching for. But this doesn't occur on the other, and maybe the problem isn't actually this on itself. So, because we have new tile sets, let's just do that. Because why am I using these when we have a better tile set already made so we can use it, you know? I need to get it though, so first level templates, oh goddammit, it, why did you name that? Let's just do this. Of course this has updated and I think it was that easy. I think it was that easy to update the tile sets from my place, and as I have expected, the problem still persists in here. But this is not the way that our map is made. So let me just finish what I was making. So basically, this tile set can disappear, and I want to rename you. And just to make sure, I'm going to click play and see if the tile sets didn't disappear and whatnot, and they didn't. Great! Fantastic! So, this is working fine and very nice, and I'm enjoying seeing this working correctly, which is good. But when I use this in here, come on, I want to open the other scene. There you go. There's this thing. No. It's being a naughty boy. We don't want that. We don't want that. So, what do I want is to open this. There you go. There's the new tile sets. There's ship, ruins, and nest. There you go. We can go with the ship, so it's the same thing. And do not forget, in the game, we are not experiencing the bug, but in the test level, we are experiencing the glue on the wall thing. This is weird, but I'm going to test it differently. So draw with the autotile. Yes, don't worry. I will draw it with the autotile. Just need to go to 3 lanes, this thing, and let's just, you know, draw a background. Come on, the square, and draw a background. Maybe I should draw the surface first and then the background. Let's draw this thing, this thing, this thing. I'm already noticed that I may be annoyed by the way this works, but doesn't matter right now. It just needs to be somewhat done, and then we can polish it later, you know? Yeah, I really don't like this auto tile. I really don't like this auto tile, but I may know why it's annoying, because it actually needs this around, you know? Otherwise it will not draw correctly, I believe. So it actually needs... Maybe it needs... Well, doesn't matter. What it needs, it's the interior. Otherwise it's just gonna be poo-poo as well. So let's just draw the interior. Draw them thicken. It won't do that.
Just read the chat. Look at the chat and read it.
Ooh, we have a new sound for the chat. Yes, I've seen that. I have seen that. I just didn't want to delete the structure, you know? That's the thing that I didn't want to do. Because there's these specific walls that I didn't want them deleted, you know? I'm actually happy to know that we have a new sound to, you know, notice me senpai, which is important for our streams. If a person is super focused on the job and we have something important to talk about, which is good. Make that structure fat. Make every... Don't worry, I have noticed it. These things takes time, you know. Don't worry about that, I have noticed it. I'm just painting. And you know what a programmer does to paint, you know? He's slow, so yeah. Now, I think I can do this right now. There we go. This needs to be fat as well. This needs to be that way as well, even though that's creating problems. So this is good. This is not good. Not good at all. Why are you doing this to me? Come on. There you go. God damn it, thing. Why can't you be normal? Let me just do this, and now do this, and maybe... There you go, and now do this thing. It's pooping itself, come on. Do the right thing, there you go. This... Nope, not that. There's this. Obviously it needs a cleanup and whatnot. This is just to be a prototype level, and I will need to mess around it with later, so it doesn't really matter that much, you know. Just needs to work for now. Which is annoying because, yeah, there you go. Something like that. Let's test it. So this version, you don't get stuck to the wall. Yep. I'm not noticing any stuck to the wall thing happening in here. Let's just be fun and test another, because why not, you know? Let's go to terrain, let's just make another, for example, the nest one. The nest might be a problem, so let's just make a wall in here, because why not? Obviously we don't have a transition between the nest and the ship itself right now, don't worry. Things. But we have this problem on the nest. Yep. So the problem is not the way... Yep, the problem is not the way I draw the tile set, meaning using the fat one will give problems. The problem is on the tiles physics thing. Because the problem still remains in this wall. Why? That is the question. Yes, indeed. Why? So, if I draw the nest wall in here, I should get the problem the same. I'm always clicking the other button, which is the wrong one. This is the problem. And I can't understand why. I can't understand why you're stuck on the wall. What is different between them? That's a great question. I can try and check it though. So let's see. So let's just open this and go to the next one. It needs to be the tile set, otherwise it's not gonna work well. And we are talking about this one. So this one, we need to go to the physics layer, and we have the physics layer right here. A polygon, one way. This is for platformers, I believe, this polygon thing. Is it though? I don't know. Well, doesn't matter. There's linear velocity, angular velocity. Physics layer 0. There's probability, these other things, doesn't matter. Terrains doesn't matter as well. It needs to be the physics thing. It needs to be this thing. And so we have this. Just to make sure, I'm going to try and see. God damn it. This one. I'm always changing. So there is 1. There's 2. And he's stuck in the freaking middle. So this corner is stuck on the top of this frame. So what I think is what I thought was happening, it's basically this capsule. Let me just show you the capsule. This thing in here, this corner in here, grabbing the freaking this in here. Let me just make sure this is actually what's happening. So this in here, so 2 pixels on the side. I should open the test area. There you go. It's touching the transition between the things. There you go. Yep. I believe it's... I thought was that. I tried to change this and... to no avail. Can I change the E and Collider though? I tried to mess around with this, I don't know what the heck is this. I wanted to add more curvature. That didn't happen. There's the rotation. What if I not? Come on. Don't be like that. And where were we? Yes, in here. So I want rotation gone and 12, not 12, 13. Yeah, 13 is good. Now the height. Where is gone? That might be the problem. Let me just try and make this actually in a sizable matter. So like this, something like this. Let's see. This needs to be in there. Okay, this is flat, so maybe this can help. I don't believe it, but who knows? Think you may need to change that Ian capsule collider. For what though? That's the question. It still gets stuck in the same place. Although I think he was stuck in here. Wait, there's one, there's two. No, it's stuck on the same place. Doesn't matter. So messing around with this. Maybe I need to change it to a circle. That could work, maybe. Let us make it 13 and place it on a correct place. Maybe. So this is fine in here, it's always gonna slide down. But in here, gets stuck to the wall the same. Does this still happen if you replace that capsule collider with a square collider? I haven't made ramps yet. It gives problems. The square is worse. Because it will be corner with corner. I can try the square just so people know, you know, but it will give problems nonetheless. Doesn't matter if it's a square or not, square is even worse. It's working fine in here, but you know. Because the square gives the opportunity to corner with corner, so it doesn't really matter. Although it's funny, it's not gluing with the freaking square. That's funny. So the wall jump is still broken, but It's not gluing to the wall. What the heck is going on with this? It's not picking up the enemy anymore as well. But the collider is a freaking square, it shouldn't do that. Don't tell me the stupid answer is the correct answer. What do I mean about stupid answer? Let me just transition with the Kaado. There you go, we are on paint with Kaado. I have explained this in previous streams, but let's just talk about this. So, we have two colliders, we have a circle and a square. And we have the floor, for example. See? The floor. But the floor is not actually smooth. Or, well, it's supposed to be smooth, but it's not actually smooth. And what do I mean about that? The ground is tiles. It's made of tiles. And the problem of making things out of tiles is that the colliders in reality... Let me just copy pasta this. So the tiles are actually something like this, you know. This is the way the things are done. And we have colliders, and of course they don't have this space, they are super close to each other, basically. Now, the way the physics work, they are not made by tick, they are made by physics, meaning, let me open the code. So we have two ways to update the code calculations on our screen. One is by tick, so every frame it will do the mathematical calculations of this code in here and do all the code and process all the code, which we basically make the input plus the graphics plus the sound and whatnot. So every frame it will calculate this thing. Let me just stop the game. And so that's very useful, and you may ask, why is not the physics on the frame as well? Well, because the physics are different. Calculating physics is a very heavy, intense process for your CPU, you know? Because physics, it has a lot of elements, gravity and speeds and whatnot, and calculating the physics in real time has another problem. So calculating frames, it's not stable. You don't always have 60 frames per second, or 30 frames per second, or 120 frames per second, whatever. Some consoles may do that, so let's just say some consoles have this limit that says your game needs to be 30 frames per second and whatnot, and some companies, Bethesda maybe, you know, like to tie physics to their tick calculations, and what happens is, well, when you play Fallout and look on the floor, you can run fast like Sonic, and when you look to the skies, the guy barely moves. The way we fix that is not calculating the physics on tick per frame, it's calculating the physics per a limit of time. So basically the engine will check, has passed a fraction of a second, if that time has passed, then it will calculate the physics and it will apply the physics. And then we'll check, as the fraction of a second has passed again, if so, it will calculate, and that time is fixed, it's on a clock, it's not on the calculation of the frame itself. And that is made on another thing, which is the physics process, which means instead of being calculated per frame, it's calculated per a cycle of time. And that cycle of time is the same every single time. Now there is a problem. The movement may not be applied in the same thing. So the calculation, let's just say we have a very random calculation which says in the next frame the square, instead of being, let me just select correctly in here, so the frame is falling down, falling down, falling down, falling down, and then the physics process is not, the frame is exactly in there, but it's not the time for physics process calculate its thing. And so what happens in the next frame, the thing is in here on the ground. It's actually passing a very, very tiny thing after the collider itself, right? And then the collider will detect, well, you are colliding with the ground, right? And then it will adjust the thing slightly up. It will push it up. So if it's past the collider, it will detect physics collider activated, and then it will do this boop, press up, a little bit up. And then, because these numbers are very, very small, it's a fraction of a fraction of a fraction on the transform position, the player barely doesn't notice this. And the problem is when the calculation is done on a corner. This is a very edge case scenario. If the calculation is done on a corner, what will happen? It's basically the calculation is on the ground and it's actually touching the side. You know? It's not only collided with the ground, but it's actually colliding with the side as well. And when this happens, the physics will say, hold on, you are touching the ground and you are touching the side. And so the velocity to the right is 0. The same way the velocity to the ground is 0. And so, if you use a square for a moving character, you basically have the risk of having a velocity. You have your character moving on the horizontal and having it stuck. And then you continue moving and stuck. And have you continue moving and stuck. And that's what I believe it was happening on the walls. Because it's the same thing on the walls. Meaning, if you have a square and you are basically jumping on the walls, the same thing applies. Meaning, you are jumping the wall, right? And then one square touches the corner of the other and gets stuck on the wall, even though the colliders are perfectly smooth. Now, one way that developers use to fix this is using a capsule or a circle collider. And this is awesome because you can, instead of using a box as the collider, use a circle. And even if the collision gets near a corner, this is never gonna be a corner. This is supposed to be a circle. And if the physics even touch the corner in here, let me just make it close so you can visualize. Come on. So even if this corner, the corner of this tile touched the capsule, it will just smooth away up, you know? And so even if the physics detects, well, there's something on the right, if it's in here, it will just apply a slight force up. And so it will go smooth. Because it's not corner with corner, it's not something in here, it's something down here, and so it applies a little force up. And it goes smoothly. That's the principle, so the theory behind this. Now, we have a square. It should stop on the wall, right? And so, it doesn't. But if I use a capsule or a circle, let's just use a circle, because why not? Like a 13. I wanted a circle and I wanted size 13. Thank you. The circle gets stuck to the wall. I have a theory that is this corner in here that's giving the problem, but I can't be sure. Can I rotate this slightly so it's a smooth face in there? Maybe 10 degrees? Not 10. 8? Maybe 8? Or 7? 7.5? Maybe? Let's test 7.5. Just for the funs of it. Let's see. I'm always messing around. God damn it. It still gets stuck to the wall. I don't understand. It still gets stuck to the wall and it can move around the freaking... It doesn't move around the enemy. It actually gets this physics very weird. And it gets a bug, another bug. Who test area players and problems? There is problems. Problems that need to be fixed. It's because the character died and separated from the sprite itself, and yeah, I know this bug. But we can't get distracted from this. Why the hell a square doesn't give a problem? I don't want to do this. This is stupid. Concave or blah blah blah. I just wanted something simpler. But that's fine. I guess if this works, it's not actually stupid, right? So why not a square? Let's test the animations. The damage is not good. The damage animation is way up. It's not good in there. The hover is good. The jump is good. The idle is good. This is good. The jump is still good. The hover, it's fine. Because it's in the air, so doesn't really matter. The move is fine. The wall is fine because it's on the wall. Now the damage is not fine. It's hip to be square. Magic square. There you go. There you go. So I will ask you, Pixel John, to notice this on the art thing. I will change the damage. Yes, it's just, instead of being glued to the top, it just moved this down in here, and that's fine. It's just the only thing that needs. It's just a small detail, you know, just that. I was checking out the other animations to make sure they are inside the square, and most of them are, which is good. The only this animation is not on the ground, so there you go. That was the problem. Just that. I mean, if this works, even though my brain tells me this is not the solution, and for some stupid reason, okay, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Which is weird, because if I jump slowly, it detects, but if I spam jump, it doesn't detect. Okay. I might know why. This is a problem on my code. Yes, indeed. This is a problem on my code. It still makes me mad because the square is the collider. God damn it. It's going to give problems as well because the enemy is going to collide with this corner and go do weird things. And I don't like it. I really don't like to see this thing like this. Can I do something about this? Like an isometric thing? A simple isometric thing so it doesn't... It's not this weird. Even though it's stupid. I probably will need to do something with this. I didn't want though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, probably 8, right? How does one do this? There you go. This is hell. This is hell. Let me tell you, this way of colliding things is hell, and I don't like them. I really don't. Why it's not something simple, just have a thing and drag? Why is not something just have a thing and drag? Like the others. Well, we can do it. Yes, we can do it. Let me just try have this on the front so I can see something. Have this in here and let me see. This one. The 7 can go there. So let me just try and make it go there. So like 14. And something like here. 12. The 6, it's 14 minus 12. And the 5 can be like 1. And minus 12. Maybe 2. Yeah, something like that. 4 will be like 2 around in like -8. I really hate this. The 3. Let me just do something like -12 and -3. And so the 4 can be I believe the 4 can disappear. And so the 2 will be the mirror of the 3. So 3 and -12. And the 1 can disappear. And the 0 can be this. So 2 and 12. Yeah. That's worse than the pen tool in Illustrator. Yes, indeed, this is something. And now there is the worst part about this collider. Why it's complaining? Collision polygon 2D node instead. You know what? I'm a noob. I'm pretty sure I'm a noob. What do you want with this? Empty? Alright, it needs something. Where do I do something in here? Segments. Solid segment. Okay, segment. Can I get solids and not use this? It's the same thing? Because if it is, I'm just gonna, yeah. If it works, I'm gonna just ignore that warning and future Kaado, I start to believe it's working. Bang! Yes indeed, yes indeed. But you know what? I guess perfect squares don't do the bug. It's very weird though, because my brain is not computing this stupid thing. Why the square doesn't get stuck but the circle does? My programmer logic thing inside my brain, my one neuron, is telling me that it shouldn't be this way, it should not be the opposite way, using the square having stuck on the wall but using the circle not. But it's not getting stuck anymore, which is progress. Progress, fantastic. I'm starting to like it. Although, we need to test a different thing. Yes, there's other ways that we need to test things as well. What if I draw a different wall? I don't like this wall though. What is this? I don't think I like this wall. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, but yeah. Maybe it's like that, I don't know. I don't know if it's supposed to draw like this, if it's bugging out. Why you do pillars in here? That's the greatest question. Why you like that? Maybe it's like this. Maybe it's like this. I think it's actually like this. So there's squares, and if I do this, it's do like that. But it doesn't get stuck to the wall, so maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. Let's just... yeah, that's fine. Whatever. What matters is... this is fixed. Is not getting stuck on the wall, which is fantastic. Great. Excellent. Now it comes to the part that Kaado made wrong. Yes, indeed, there is a great problem in here, on my code, actually the bug that makes it jump to infinity and beyond, because it's actually on my code, because we have fixed the wall thing, and if you notice, the true only appears if we are on the ground. So the problem is on my code, and because I was testing, I may have found the problem. Well, in theory. If we see, if he is still going up, I can jump. But if I wait for him to start going down, I cannot do the double jump. Infinity jump is the target. Take him down. Yes, indeed. And I believe I have found the problem. So let me test. Yep. So if I spam jump, it will jump to infinity. But if I jump with the velocity going negative, it's not. And if we find something very funny, which is the wall is basically checking if I'm on the wall, if the velocity is, you know, falling. Let me just test this. Let me just cut this out, just so we have fun. Yeah, not like this, another bug, yes indeed. Yes, there is a bug in here still, but I can't jump to infinity and beyond. Yes indeed. So a bug that I have fixed has actually created another. So you can see this bug in here is a problem, because basically it's gluing to the wall immediately after I jump. That's a problem. We don't want that. But do unlimited jumps to the wall fix it because of this line. You know, this is the problem. This in here is the problem. So, how can I fix this? That's the question. How can I fix this? If I'm on the wall, I need to check if I'm not on the ground. And if I'm on the ground, but this... I need to make sure something. Because this is on the physics process. Exactly. And on the physics process, there's the stupid thing that is on If not his wall, yeah, and there's the time thing. Timer wall, timer wall. This is the glue on the wall thing. And I didn't want him to glue on the wall if he's going up. If not on the wall, timer wall 0, if direction, blah blah blah. But if I'm on the wall, then applies this. Let me see, because this is important. I want this to apply if I'm on the wall and I'm falling down. So if I move the check thing from here, because if I'm on the floor, I'm not on the wall. And it doesn't matter the velocity. And I place this check in here to just apply the wall thing when I'm falling. There is an else if in here. I think not, but that, well, there. Else if, so if I'm not on the wall or the time is 0, because the time can be 0, so if I'm not on the wall one of these just needs to be true to apply. So if I'm not on the wall moves, but if I'm on the wall and the timer is bigger, which is it's gone over, then if it's not on the wall the timer goes to 0 again, and then I can move around and whatnot. But if I'm on the wall and there's this and I'm falling, then it applies this thing. Let's test it. It affects the... yes, it affects the Y. So, let's see. Nope, that was not the thing. It made it worse though. It made it actually worse. It actually made it worse. Let me see. I'm always playing the wrong one. it's still the same thing, so it doesn't really matter. What was the check in here? If I'm on the floor or is falling, right? It was this or this, right? I think the velocity is turn. This doesn't fix it though. This doesn't fix it, so I will need to think again.
Huh?
Part of the programming pains, you got this. The cat. Thinking. I will need to go in phase, so let's just go to the process delta and go for the input first. So we have the input action. Yep, that's not what we want. We want the jump, which is the B. Input is action, just press at B and can jump. This can jump, we need to find it. So can jump. I'm on the grounded, so it's grounded, which is basically the coyote jump, and not on the wall, or I'm on the wall and can jump. So one or the other. So if I'm on the ground, I can't be on the wall, or if I'm on the wall, I can jump. Or I am on the wall and I can jump. I see another problem in here, because if I'm on the corner and on the ground, I'm wasting the jump off the wall. But that's fine for me, because I don't care right now. If I can wall jump and I'm not on the floor... Ooh, actually not. Never mind, the problem is fixed. Because if I'm grounded, I'm on the floor, and if I'm on the floor and I'm on the wall and I'm on the floor, I can jump and this doesn't trigger. But if I'm only on the wall, then this triggers. Fine, I don't lose the wall jump. And then return true, which means I can jump. But if none of these, meaning if I'm not on the ground, or I'm on the wall and I can jump, then this doesn't go in here. And if I'm pressing up, then it does the over jump. Doesn't matter if I'm on the wall or not. It should though, because there's the return and this one shouldn't happen. Well, things. And then return false. If none of this is actually a thing. Yeah. I think it doesn't, because it returns, the returns doesn't do the next code. So yeah. Supposedly. This Gdscript can be different, I don't know. But yeah, assuming this is doing its thing, then jump. Right. So let's go to the input, process delta, B, so can jump. Then timer wall equals to time wall max, so it resets the wall thing when I jump. Or not. Timer wall equals to timer wall max. Why though? Isn't the timer different? Like this? And timer wall goes to 0 if I touch a wall? Then why when I jump the wall thing goes to max though. Then it applies the thing, jump velocity, and does this. If the timer is reset, it's not reset, it's making this. If I jump and I'm on a wall, the timer should be 0 and it shouldn't get glued to the wall. And this is on process delta. So it applies the jump, animation jump, and there you go. The velocity Y is on the process, and then it goes all the way down to the physics delta, the physics process delta, and it will apply that velocity on y-axis on the move and slide. So let's go to phases. So this thing is doing its fixed, doesn't matter, and there you go. If we are not on the floor, then it applies the gravity. Fine. Else we can be if we are on the floor, it can be the over thing. It's the regen, the over regen. There you go. Yep, if we are on the floor, over regen. Fantastic. Now is on the wall. If I'm on the floor, then I can wall jump again. Can wall jump through if I'm on the floor. I can get this in here as well, because I want to make sure, just to make sure, this is the way it was before, so yeah. If not on the floor, and yeah, not on the wall, is on the wall. So let me just make sure I'm on the floor, if I'm on the floor, or I'm not on the wall. This is a better one. If I'm on the floor, can wall jump? True. But if I'm not on the wall, then this needs to be true as well. There you go. And then goes and checks if not on the wall, or the wall timer is above the max, which should be because I have just jumped, right? If I just jumped on the wall in here, so for example, if I just jumped on the wall, the timer wall is equals to the timer wall max, so I just jumped, right? If I just jumped, then this is true and we'll do that. So if I'm not on the wall or I'm just jumping, then there's this. But then he immediately glues, which means I'm on the wall. But this should be this. And if not is wall, timer wall this. Let me just check it again. Yep, he's still gluing just fine. The falling thing is fine. I mean, it's bugged. It goes to infinity and beyond. Did I delete the... I did. I did delete the thing. Wait a second. So it's still problematic. In another way, I'm just like making sense of this. Okay, fine. Let's continue analyzing this. If not is on the wall and the timer... If I'm not touching the wall, then timer should be this. 0. Then direction, velocity, the direction input, plus the speed, sprite move, timer idle animation 0, timer idle animation. Oh, it's for the movement things, doesn't matter. If direction is above 0.1, which means there's movement, and I'm checking where the movement is, it's for the right or left, then it applies the scale correctly. Else, move towards velocity x, the y is 0, which means it doesn't move. Which means he's stuck on the wall. This is the stuck one. This is the one that stacks the player. And so... if velocity on y is below 0, in this case it's higher than 0, let's see. I'm always clicking the wrong one. Let's see this. So it's still... what the hell? That's not the way. That's not the way. This is applying on the X though. Move toward X, 0, speed. I'm still confused though. Because that's not the way. That's not the thing. That's definitely not the way. And if I do the other way around, that's not the way as well. So this is not the fix that I want. No. Move towards velocity on X. Tell me about this. Okay, I understand now. That's fine. That's just fine. Wall fall off speed, multiply by speed, and the time wall plus delta, and this. So, if velocity on y is 0 and velocity on x is 0 and not on the wall, Then the idle thing appears. This is just the idle animation thing. So yeah. Velocity on Y, fall of speed. That's the problem in here. It will make sense for the GIF of velocity being here to activate the timer wall thing, right? That will make sense, right? Because it's in here that velocity is equal to the fall off. Yep. I can now jump. Great. And I can still jump to infinity and beyond. Which is another problem. Move and slide. Alright, I will test something in here. So now print will be the can wall jump. Only on the moment that I jump it goes to false, but every other situation it goes to true. So I want to see every single instance of this thing. So it starts with true. That's fine by me. And then there's this. If I'm on the floor, is on floor. Or not on the wall, then this is true. So let me just see the is on wall. Is on wall. The is on wall, it's using the Godot thing is on wall. I don't like that because I have another. Is wall. That's the one I want. Ladies and gentlemen, we got them. I believe we got them. God damn it, Godot. I was using the function of the Godot to detect the freaking wall instead of detecting my own thing to detect the wall. And yeah, I think that was that. I think that was the problem. It's not doing infinite jumps. If I'm glued to the wall I can still jump. It still grabs on the apex of the jump and then goes down, and I can jump and can never jump again. But if I do this, I need to recharge the thing. I can do three jumps if I'm pressing up because of the over thing. Yep. That's why when making your own thingies, you gotta name them very unique names. Yep. It's not about the very unique names, it's basically the way I have done before. I was using the Godot systems, but then when I created the Coyote jump, I applied the same crap to the wall and I didn't update it everything. And the thing is, I still use the Godot things. This is on the floor, I still use it, but I don't use the is on the wall. The Godot detection of being on the wall, you know? Can you do that wall jump where you jump outwards and then back in? Yeah, we can test it. Let's test it, because why not? Not on your thing though. I want to be on my test area. So this is, wait a second. I made 4 jumps. I don't like it. And now I only made 3. I think it was the booster though. If the booster is on max, maybe I can do 4 jumps maybe. Well, let's go up. I mean, I can't go because I'm outside of the area of this test thing. So let's just pick up the player and move it there. Let's test it. God damn it. This. The jumps are super easy though. Yep. It's actually funny seeing the animation. It looks like he's eating with the head, but it's actually the jumping animation, which is funny. But yeah. We are approaching 8 o'clock. And we actually fixed the bug. Of course there's still bugs to be polished out, as you can see. But you know, that's a problem for future Kaado. Yes, indeed. I'm actually happy. I'm actually happy because I believe I have fixed the thing today. Yep. This was something that was messing around with my head before, because in the previous week I was actually messing around with this. And it was annoying. And I couldn't figure out why the heck was happening in here. But you know, it's now not jumping to infinity and beyond. It's not gluing on the wall. So yeah. Fantastic. So, let's just make the sound go away, the music go away, because let's talk about something else. Yes, indeed. So, the bugs have been done. The bug that I have planned to fix today, but we don't really have much time to start messing around with this buddy down here, you know. But I will put Ian close to him, because, you know, let's not make the enemies feel alone, you know. So let's make him near, so we can mess around with him in the future. Yes, indeed. So plans for the next stream is messing around with this dude. And we have fixed wall jumps and whatnot, so this is basically fixed, which is great. Wait a second. The freaking boosters always make me... Yep. I need to reduce... Before we go, I need to make just a slight thing. I need to adjust just a slight thing in here. Let's just go in here and the hover jump. Let me see. Over max is 2.5. The regen is 0.25. Overuse is 1. And the over jump is 1.5. 1.5. 3. It shouldn't be possible though. It shouldn't be possible for the booster to jump 3 times. So let's just click in here, jump. Let me just test with this one, this value too, you know. Test area, let me see if it's updated. Yes, indeed, because I updated this to 2. There you go. And it still does that stupid jump. The 4th jump. Which I don't appreciate that. Maybe if I do the max, it doesn't do that. Yep. There you go. No more double jump boost in here. If you use the boost, if you jump with the boost, you no more overing. There you go. Fantastic. I like it. I like it. So we just have to optimize things, you know, optimization stuff. But I believe the bugs have been resolved. So there you go. To wrap things, I will talk about, you know, our beautiful community. Yes, indeed. We have a Discord. We haven't talked about Discord on this stream yet. The link is down in the description. You can join us there to talk with us throughout the week and weekends as well. We are active in there. We have an active community and we always enjoy everyone that, you know, want to say hi to us off stream. And for those who are not off stream, you know, you can always follow us on Twitch or subscribe to us on YouTube. It's always appreciated that. Excuse me. And yep, that's it. Also, don't forget we'll be on next week. I still don't know who's going to be the streamer. I don't know if it's going to be game dev, website dev, let's plays. I don't know, but the thing is for certain, it will be one of the team at the same hour always on Friday. I believe the thing is down in the description. If it's not, it's always on Fridays, 6 p.m. GMT, London, Lisbon time. And yeah, I hope you have enjoyed, and see you next Friday. Just waiting for the raid. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Don't worry, it's just the timer. We can wait. Doesn't matter. It's that off-screen talk. Hell yeah. It's a timer. Don't worry. The raid will work. Just have to wait. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, I know. Don't worry. It's the timer raid thing. And so, actually, the bye-bye.